We are so honored to have here today a Canadian freedom fighting hero, Tamara Lich. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're gathered together today because you just won a prestigious award from the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, the George Jonas Award for Freedom. How does it feel to have been honored in this way today?
It's quite overwhelming. It's a lot. The support, from an organization like the Justice Center, to be in the company of, the previous winners. When I got the email, I was in tears because I just couldn't believe it. It's a great honor for me to receive this award from them. And I don't consider it as my personal award. I consider this to be an award for every freedom-loving Canadian that supports human rights and freedoms.
Yeah, well, it's incredible, and has resonated through all the Canadians who are looking at their dwindling freedoms, is your love and fight for everybody. You have sacrificed yourself, put yourself at the forefront of things. Can you give Canadians an update, and the world an update on how you're doing? Because, you were kind of incognito for a while.
Yes, yeah, I've been keeping kind of a low profile, which is okay. Yeah. It's been really busy, obviously, since we got back from my adventure, and I'm back to work and staying positive. I felt really protected and guided throughout the events of the last few months, and so yeah, I just I'm really positive. Don't let much get me down, and we just deal with things one day at a time. And I have faith. I have faith in. I have faith that it'll all work out, one way or the other. Yeah,
well, again, that's what shines through, is this warrior spirit in you to fight for everybody's freedoms. Can you tell us, looking now at the state of Canada, what do you feel about our democracy, where things are heading?
I think we're in trouble, obviously, but I don't think we're past the point of no return. I think Canadians need to get involved on every level, civic, municipal, provincial, federal. They need to get involved, and they need to speak up and take action, I guess, insofar as sitting on those boards and providing another perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And again, always, I think, just looking out for each other and taking care of each other, and yeah.
This is a theme that's running through all the people who are the diamonds of humanity coming out to fight for all of our collective freedoms. They're all saying, you need to get involved, whether municipally, locally, or on a grander level by joining organizations, starting your own organizations, right? Now, how do you feel about the mandates that are being suspended and lifted now? A lot of people are kind of feeling like, oh, we've got some respite and things are getting better. Do you think things are changing for the better, or do you think there's something else happening?
I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm concerned with the word suspended because they have not been revoked, which tells me that they can implement it again at any time. So it's a step in the right direction, put it that way. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think the proverbial battle is over. Right. And that's what I was saying about joining organizations and working together and being together. I mean, we have to be vigilant against those things, because they're our rights and freedoms. And if we don't protect them, nobody else is going to protect them. Mm-hmm.
And so you drove in from...
Medicine Hat.
Yeah, Medicine Hat. You weren't able to fly, obviously, yet. It's not June 20th yet. Right. But, how does that feel, having to drive through for you?
It was amazing. One thing that I can note is that Canada has become very small to me now, because where I work along the #1 highway, so I see a lot of people that I know that'll stop in and say hi or have coffee on the way, and I was really excited to make the drive. I didn't get to see a lot of it back in the winter, the drive out, and it's beautiful, and it just makes me so proud. And I drive through these provinces. It's going to make me emotional, because it's just, I drive through these provinces, and it's such a beautiful country, and the people are so friendly, right? And they really are. And my husband and I were commenting on it on the way out. We stopped at a few places in Ontario for fuel and whatnot, and they're just friendly and chatty, and have a nice day. And I mean, it's worth fighting for. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you again have inspired so many people, and the people who are fighting, I think this is a relevant theme that everyone is noticing, that everybody within this movement that is awake to what is happening is the open-minded, friendly, compassionate person who's willing to open their hearts and a conversation with anybody, regardless of what side of the fence they're on in terms of the mandates or freedoms. And this is something that's really come out. Is there a final message that you'd like to give Canadians? Because, you know, and the world, again, it was incredible during the time a few months ago where, you know, there were people outside the English embassy calling for you, calling out your name and holding signs for you. I mean, the support has been amazing. So any messages to all these people who are your supporters and have been worried about how you and your welfare?
Yeah, I just want them to know that I'm doing great. Like I said, I'm staying very positive. I have a lot of faith that everything will work out as it should work out. And my message has always been peace, right? Peace, love, work together. When you see somebody down, help them up, right? Look after each other. And I think that's how we win.
Words of wisdom, words of a warrior, a freedom fighter. Thank you so much for everything you're doing, Tamara Lich.
Thank you for having me.